Good morning. Hmm? Is that right? Hmm? Is that? Yeah? Is that right? Want your bottle? Hmm. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Good morning, Justin and Justin. Jay, good morning. How are you doing? Thank y'all for joining me this morning. Gonna be short and sweet. SPY just broke 14.04. IWM currently 225.62 with the Q headed back to 340. We had some pullback yesterday. Slight pullback, not much, about $2 or so on the SPY after the Q kind of consolidated. I think what we need to focus on overall with the markets is the trend that it's in, right? So once you identify your trend, you can see how well it respects it or not moving forward, which is something we did back in March, and we traded off of, used as indicators for reversals and trend overall. Here, let's get you situated. Got a little Darth Vader with us this morning, of course. And I'm seeing something to this degree as far as a channel. So what I'll do is I'll pull our indicators out for a second. Kind of see how well that works out. I don't want to see the full chart. Reset that. So something to this degree or another. This is a channel that we're currently trading in. Of course, being at the top of that channel right now. And as soon as we hit that level, we bounce down. So really, if you look at it from this standpoint, you can kind of get a better degree off of it. Yeah, there you go. And as soon as we try to retest that level in open, that's when we pulled down a little bit. And we continued pushing higher after the dip. So what we found, good morning, Beta. Say good morning. Say hello. Got a little milk on your lip, girl. Gotta look pretty today. Hanging with daddy. I would pay attention to the 338.30s on the Q. Um, what I have figured out is the SPY is continuing to hit all-time highs due to the Q now developing new highs, which it actually topped out at. Let's see where we stopped at, 341.94. So we're still about close to $2 below that. And what I noticed on the 30-minute for the SPY is that we created a head and shoulders. Well, on the 4-hour for the Q, it looks like we're doing the same thing. And we can expect a crest and a pullback. Now, if we do conduct a pullback for head and shoulders, you can almost expect the Q to come back to the 3s to do so, or even around the 330, 324s maybe. We might find some strong support around those levels before we crest back up. So that's only to complete a head and shoulders. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen or that you should panic sell, but if it does start to crest here at the top, and it could push higher to continue the head. It hasn't completed the head yet, but it looks like it's trying to for the most part. We're seeing some identical indicators with these wicks right here. As you saw back on February 16th, 15th, 16th, we saw some pullback. And then that's when we saw the Q actually come all the way back to the 297. I'm not sure, or I'm not saying that we're going to do that. A lot of people are speculating that, and of course it's just speculation, that the markets are about to correct themselves. And if they do, that would be your 10% correction if we come back to these 300 levels, almost to the T. So bounce off of that and then go back up higher, back to the 338s. Now, once again, I want to reiterate to everybody, in times of market corrections, it's key to pay attention to things that you hold, that you're trying to swing trade. At least long-term hold, you don't care what happens because you're holding this for years. But as far as anyone trying to make some quick money or quick turnaround money or anything of that nature, you need to pay attention to the stocks that you're currently in. And how well they recover from these pullbacks. And I've been saying that a lot, and I've been seeing a lot of chatter on social media, in our groups, in our chats, of how the markets may be picking up, but the stocks that you have might not. And I think that's causing a lot of frustration for people, but I've been saying that for almost a month and a half now, to at least make people aware that that's what you need to focus on. Now, with the markets picking up, you don't really have a lot to worry about. Yeah, a lot of people are predicting a green day today. I would assume so. Is that right? Yeah? 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 Say hello. Good morning. Is it free dress day?
No. We get to, for the military, we get to wear a purple shirt.
Oh, okay.
With uniform bottoms.
Yeah.
And then, but this is free. And then tomorrow we have to wear, what we can wear for free, red, white, and blue with at least some stripes and stars.
I got you. Okay.
For the military.
Got you. Yeah, a lot of people, I agree with that. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just identifying the fact that we possibly could be seeing a head and shoulders on the 4-hour switch. Put her in. She's good. New high on the SPY. Yep. But yeah, back to it. You know, something else to keep your eye on too as well is that DXY and what it's doing as well. And it's actually hitting key levels, which, you know, I was watching 91.99. It broke below that just on the 13th. And it looks like it bounced off of that 91.36. If it continues to push down, then you can see stocks continue to push higher. Of course, that's typically a rule of thumb with that. But definitely something to pay attention to. Yeah? Ain't that right? You agree? I wanna start doing my Darth Vader picks again. Sometimes when I'm trading, she will come in and type on my keyboard and pull up a stock, and she actually traded SFTW and made $10 for herself. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Where you going? Where you going? But so yeah, probably gonna do that again. Yeah. Trying to get my TDA back up over here. I don't know what it's doing. Let's see. There we go. Man, TDA on my other iMac is just a headache sometimes. Or TOS, excuse me. Has a bunch of issues. Irritates me. IWM. Something I wanted to point out to everybody. We came to a compression zone. As you can see, we peaked out of it going into yesterday. I will definitely be watching the 228 levels on this as a level of resistance, where it probably bounces back down, hits that level again, and bounces up or breaks down, and basically goes into a descending triangle. That's the Russell 2000 ETF. But I did a quick put on the SPY yesterday. I was sitting around these levels that we were at, and EBT IPO opens today. Okay. Typically with IPOs, I wait about a month or two, almost a quarter. She joined us this morning. You want a bottle? But anyways, typically I wait about a month and a half, 2 months for it to settle. Because you got to think about it. Most institutions are able to buy these IPOs at fixed rates, levels, and stuff like that. And when they open into the market, for example, your Coinbase IPO yesterday, I didn't buy into it because it opened up, I think, at like, let's look at it. I want to be precise with this, but I want to make a point about it. Now, institutions were able to buy this at 250, right? It opened up and hit 428, which is just slight of 100% for them. So if you think they're not going to snatch profit real quick, and which is why you see this pulling down, and then reposition themselves at the bottom of that fall, potentially could be the move, and then you could see a continuation fall into play. Now, something else I want to share with people too. I was looking at something this morning, which I was already aware of. I just wanted to be precise. You can actually get into IPOs before they release to the market. Not sure if people are aware of that. And that's really where you can make your money off initial IPOs. And I want to share that with you. It's showing it on the screen. Okay. So basically, if you look for the S1 with the SEC, you can find the broker that the company is doing their IPO with. You can contact that broker, create an account with that broker, and then you can basically buy the IPO before it even comes out. That way, when it hits the market like it did, and it bounces, you got to be watching within the first few minutes. You can capture some of those explosive gains that a lot of people see, but you got to be ready though, because as you can see, Coinbase hit 428 at its peak. It opened up at about 380, 381, and bounced up another $30-$40, give or take, $50, you know what I mean, per share. And just think, you could have bought this at 250, so you would have opened up already up $130, which is above 50%. You would have made another $50 per share, and identifying your peak is key to go ahead and hop out. And so that first moment of release is what you need to pay attention to, and I would pay attention to these types of zones in these IPOs moving forward. So even with the EBET IPO, I would not mess with it because I'm not in it ahead of time until it settles out. Then I want to start seeing financials. I know that Coinbase is up like 185% in revenue over the past 3 months or a year. Last I read up on it, I'm not sure, but regardless, that's massive, and that's due to the crypto push and things like that. So Coinbase actually adds an indirect way to access crypto in the stock market, and we're going to see that continue to move forward. Now, there's another exchange I want to share with you that is also talking about doing an IPO. It's called Exodus. If you have an account on Exodus, you can buy these shares, last I knew, for $25 a share right now. I have an account. Let me see if I can pull it up for us and see if that's still possible. I actually signed up for it because I was planning on doing it myself. So this is an Ethereum exchange, basically. And it mostly has Ethereum coins on there. It has some Bitcoins on there, like BTC and stuff like that. So let me see. But I've used it in the past for a lot of my crypto trading, getting into a lot of accounts. Don't currently have anything in it right now. So while that loads up, I'll have to do my display capture, I believe. There we go. Like I said, I don't have any money in it right now, but I'm just showing you the information on it. It's undergoing an upgrade. I have a little bit of Ethereum left. Where was it that I found this? Remind me later. But it's a full suite. They have a wallet, they have an exchange, compound finance, and Exodus shares. That's what it was right there. So they're doing an equity offering, and the last I knew, you could buy this for $25. This kind of gives you a timeline on what they're doing. Trying to see, where was it? I already have an investor profile with it. Yeah, I'll have to go through. There it is, invest. I already have one. I'll get the correct number for us when we do tomorrow's session or something. I'm also considering doing our coffee and stocks now with my new schedule, from around 6:30 to 7, and then hopping on the Discord call with you guys from 7 to 8 o'clock. It's probably going to be what the new schedule is for you coffee and stock members that join us every morning. Look for us around 6:30 Central Time moving forward. Anyways, I'll get more details on that Exodus. If you're interested in it, just let me know in the chat. If you're in the Discord, feel free to let me know there as well. If you're not in our Discord, I'll go ahead and share our link so you can stay connected with us all day, and we can continue talking stocks and more stocks and cryptos, I guess you could say, throughout the day. Let me add that in the chat for you all. It's free to join, by the way. We have a free and a premium access layer, but still, you can join the community, and we talk a lot in the Gen Chat more than we do in like the premium channels. But anyways, let me load up my daily trading log. I tracked this at 6:30. I meant to do it at 7:30. It's 7:47 right now, and I have about maybe a few more minutes to hang out with you guys before I have to get my day started myself. Since this morning, the markets have picked up. As you know, the SPY gapped up. I think the Q gapped up as well. We can go look at that. But there's something I wanted to show you on the 30-minute. Yeah, look at that gap up. And we've been doing gap ups for some time now. I mean, the gaps are wide, all the way back to right here are a bunch of gaps we haven't filled. So all the way back to 396 on the 1st of April. This is when we went on this strong run. Everybody expected April highs, but gaps. I mean, there's gaps. There's some we filled, some we haven't, and more than we haven't than there are. But what I wanted to show you that I saw this morning It's more defined actually on the 30-minute, I believe. Yeah. So left shoulder, head, potentially, and then it'll come down, right shoulder. And then it might hit this level down here before it bounces back up. So 410s or something like that. So, but, I'm looking to catch these downward strides and the upward strides as well with calls here and there. But, tap that all-time high pre-market, 414.10. I want to bring in my momentum indicators real quick and see what we're looking like so you can kind of get an idea of what to expect. Currently looking strong on the 30-minute. Let's check the 2-hour. Still pushing pretty heavy. Let me go to the daily. That's what I've really been paying attention to, the fact that we went oversold right here. And what I want to point out is you could potentially see this. And that was on August 26th. Let's look at that. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. Pull that back down. So we started this type of trend on August 21st, and we ran up another 20 bucks before we actually saw some divergence, a pivot in the RSI. And then once we saw that pivot, though, we came back down about 15. So that's what I've been saying, give or take, is a $15 pullback on the SPY. It's typically what happens when we go into these overbought states. I would pay more attention to the Q to kind of gauge that, because I feel like those stocks that are listed in the Q are also listed in the S&P 500, of course, most of them, and that is causing for this push up. And so, of course, the last time we saw this, August, beginning of September. But what I want you to think about, this is August 21st, of course, and we saw the same pullback. So it was another, let's see, 275 to 300, so $25 push, and then we pulled down about $30, $40 on the Q. So in that regard, I'll be looking for that to basically hedge the account to the downside. Of course, some of you know I blew my account up at the beginning, thinking that once the SPY hit all-time highs, we were going to retrace. But are there any stocks you guys want to look at before we start to wrap this up? Let me know in the chat. Once again, I want to share with you that we will be changing our schedule to 6:30 Central Time. That would be 7:30 Eastern, 5:30, Mountain, and then 4:30 a.m. Pacific, which sucks. But I know you guys are typically looking at the markets open around 6:30 anyways for yourself. So if you're a true trader, you're most likely looking at the markets in the morning. I want to share with you while I'm waiting on a response to that. Let's see. I want to see what liquidity stocks are moving today. Really quick. And I also want to see so our biggest liquidity stocks is PLTR. There was a lot of speculation that this was going to pick up, or some speculation that this was going to pick up yesterday due to demo day. It looks like it picked up a few bucks. It's since retraced. It looks like it's creating a head and shoulders itself. Has yet to finish that right shoulder yet, which could potentially pull it up to $28 before it finds some resistance and pulls back. You have IQ. It's seen about $1 billion in pre-market. And I'm starting to wonder if my liquidity scanner is accounting for yesterday's trades as well. I need to figure that out, because that's a lot of money to move in the morning. But as you can see, IQ broke down below 820, tried to retest those levels, had a harmonic candle and found some resistance there and continued pulling down. If it breaks below these 1462s, watch out there. And then you have GEAAL TV. There's another one we haven't looked at before. Looks like a foreign company, but it gapped up pretty strong, about $3.84, give or take. $3.75 or something like that. Of course, Ford. Typically, when I start to see the VXX on my scanners, that starts to I start to see that ahead of a reversal in the markets. By the way, so I pay attention to it. I'm not saying I use that as a measurement, but I keep that in mind. And then I would like to share some potential trades with you since I won't be able to spend all day with you as usual. Um, we'll look at them together, of course. 4 hour. Let's check the 30-minute. Looks like it's pulling down though, so I don't know about this one. RNG. I like RNG better than COUP. Has a strong range, but pretty expensive on the options, I'm sure. Something that's been sitting on my scanners for the past few days is CHGG Chegg. Something to watch there. Yeah, see, this is why I'm not really doing a lot of trade alerts right now because the setups just aren't meeting what I want to see. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for this morning. Thank you for joining our coffee and stock sessions. Like I said, we'll be moving this probably to 6:30 Central Time. I might try it tomorrow, but I might not start until next week. I'm not sure. I will definitely send out an email notification to everybody when we do start. But otherwise, I hope you have a great day. Good luck trading. Be smart.